Hi, my name's Jez and today I'm here with the EPS install team. We're at Boisdale on Canary Wharf fitting a new NEXO sound system.
Well, one of the key things for us for any partnership we enter into is the quality of the product we're getting and that pedigree and the historic quality that the brand's known for.
EPS are quite a long-standing, reasonably long-standing NEXO customer, and knowing them personally very well and knowing the quality of their work, this was obviously going to be a flagship venue for NEXO, and we needed a team to back that up really, and EPS was the obvious choice. And the standard of installation that they've achieved in here is really quite something.
Number of diverse services that we offer to any installation venue, and all of those services culminate in delivering the right result for the venue every time.
I first heard about Boisdale via their very effective Facebook marketing campaign. Came across, actually it was a press release from Yamaha Music, and found out that in fact Yamaha Music sponsor Boisdale at Canary Wharf. NEXO is obviously a company that's owned by Yamaha.
It was really interesting when Andy first brought the idea of working with Boisdale to the table. It struck me as being very obvious that they were a venue with a difference. They weren't your average music venue that was just looking to replicate 1,000 other live music venues. They actually wanted to offer something that was of a much higher quality, and they wanted to put more thought into their audio offering. In fact, as much thought into the audio as they had to every other part of developing the venue.
In a venue like this, you can't have dirty great big black boxes hanging off every section of wall, as much as sometimes we might like to. What struck me was how consistent the coverage was, without being obtrusive and affecting the aesthetics of the venue.
So we start by visiting the site and we do a site survey with a team of our project managers who look at the venue, get an impression of what's needed in that space. We get a CAD drawing of the space and we put that into NEXO's NS1 software, and from there we develop a coverage plot which tells us exactly what's needed. And we specify it with NEXO speakers, which means we have that benefit of their unique characteristics, like the in-space definition, the ID series with its variable directivity, its rotatable horns.
Response-wise, what I'm looking for is a good even coverage with a good frequency response everywhere. I don't want any dead spots. I don't want any seats sounding like the cheap seats, as it were. And he just doesn't here, it's very consistent.
The main system is based on Geo M series, the M620, which we have 4 aside in here with a single sub aside, 15-inch sub. But it's further augmented at the front of the stage by ID24's full range fill speakers at the front, with additional subs under the stage, IDS 110s.
The last couple of months since we started using the NEXO system, we had a big difference in clarity and in definition, and generally a better overall mix where you can actually listen to individual instruments and it all makes sense, and there's a very nice big panoramic view to all of it, which we didn't have before.
On stage, we've got relatively new P12, active P12 monitors, an 8-way system with dedicated L15 sub to form the drum fill.
Here's the thing, is that there's so many venues that you go to with a house PA, and you know, you've got a really nice front of house system and they've completely forgotten the floor packages, or you know, there's some completely unfit for purpose boxes on the stage. The great thing here is that the same high standard of kit has been replicated, you know, for the musicians. At the end of the day, a comfortable muso that's enjoying himself is going to have a much better time and perform far better than one that's not.
The biggest improvement that we probably have is the direct sound that you can actually hear everywhere at the venue, everywhere in the store in the venue.
Everything's powered by the NX processor amplifiers, and it's a full Dante network in between the Yamaha console at front of house back to the equipment rack behind stage.
So this is the main rack for the install. From the top down, we've got TO boxes feeding inputs from the stage box we've installed into the TF5 at front of house. This is then processed. It's all sent over Dante networking, both primary and secondary, mixed at front of house and then sent to the Yamaha processor we've got here. This ensures that all the right processing's on each channel, splits out the left-right feed to various amplifiers to different zones. Also controls things like the source inputs for whether we want to send the downstairs DJ up here, whether we want to send the mix downstairs, and various different routing options.
As a mid-sized venue, it's not really the kind of place that receives a big touring PA in for every act. However, every act that goes through there needs to be, is hoping to be as good as they can possibly be. So it's important for the touring engineers that there is a good level of kit in there, and it is well maintained and it's well designed and fit for purpose.
The actual execution was very good, very organized. Everything is very neat and very in place, and you can see that Henry and the boys, you know, they care about details, and that's great, you know, even if it's like the stage box and the way it seats and the amp rack. So it was an overall cool experience. Yeah, we're looking forward to keep on working with EPS in the future, for sure.
The relationship that we've built up with Nexo and the way that Nexo deal with their customers, customer direct servicing is fantastic. We get that real support, and so we have a real connection with our supplier. And it really is down to that relationship. It's the support that we get from the fantastic team in the UK.